It's coffee time. My whole body hurts. I haven't had my whole body feel like this in a really long time. Like, normally, it's either just my legs or just my arms. And then it's pretty manageable. You know, if your legs hurt, you can walk around and get stuff done. But when your whole body hurts, it's just, man, it's hard to do like anything. Every time I stand up, I look like an old lady, just like, And I asked Sam what I should do today in terms of exercise, and he just looked at me like I was real dumb. I was like, you need to rest and then do more tomorrow. I was like, okay. But I did some stretches and stuff because I remember in dance, when I was on dance team, we would always stretch for like a half an hour every single day because people would get really sore, especially once the new season started. And man, if you didn't stretch, you hurt so bad trying to dance. It was bad, but we were really bad about actually following the stretching regimen. Because, you know, we'd have like the captains up front and they'd be like, hey, do this and now do this. And everybody would be talking about school and boys and girls and everything. And you didn't get quite as much stretching done, which was unfortunate because now as an adult in quotation marks, I realize how important it is to make sure that you stretch before you exercise. I have so many friends who have hurt themselves, and every single time they're like, I should have stretched. So there, any of you who are in high school, make sure that you stretch before you do your sport of choice, your extracurricular sport of choice, if you do sports at all. I don't know. But today was also podcast day, and I was supposed to do a co-optional podcast, and I wound up not being able to because I was on the phone. Oh my goodness. I was on the phone for like half an hour, maybe longer than that, with my medical insurance company. That was really fun because I have a prescription that they kept messing up over and over and over again. And I was like, are you kidding me? I got home. I was in the worst mood in the world. I was such a bummer. And then I was on the phone and I had to message TB and be like, I'm taking care of a thing. I can't be on the podcast. And he was like, it's cool. But I still felt bad. Apparently, I was replaced with a lovely looking cat, though. I went to look at the cat. It was not that lovely looking. It was a terrifying looking cat. But I didn't get to choose. That's what happens when you say, I'm not going to be on the podcast this week. It's up to everybody else to come up with the perfect thing to represent you in that day. And considering my mood today, I thought that cat was a really good choice. Just a crazy, crazy looking cat. It was accurate. It was very accurate. Oh man, but guys, so like I read all of the manga for MangaPod. We read Akira, and it's great. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit and play a little bit of Danganronpa. So I was playing Danganronpa, and the little notice came up for any of you who have a Vita. The little notice came up that was like, yo, your battery's low. And I was like, oh, no problem. I got the charger right here. So I pick up the charger, plug it in, and I'm in the middle of a case, right? I'm like almost done with this murder trial. And I was like, what am I gonna do? So like I'm playing through it, I'm getting stuck over and over and over again. I started to get confused about what I was trying to say. Which is why I paused there. Okay, let's back up. So I'm playing Danganronpa. Keep getting stalled because I can't figure out how to get the case to work. And then all of a sudden it just dies. My Vita dies. And I was like, what? I freaked out because I didn't want to have to do that case all over again. I was like, I plugged it in. What's going on? I'm like unplugging and plugging back in at the outlet. And then I realized, for some reason, Vitas let you plug in to the actual Vita part backwards. So I had plugged it in backwards, not realized it, pulled it out, plugged it in the correct way, and it started charging again. And I was like, I'm going to have to do that case all over again. But one of you informed me on Twitter that it keeps a save state as long as you plug it in time. So I was so excited when I turned it on and it was like, oh, you were right in the middle of that that debate thing. And I was like, oh, thank God. Also, I don't think that I can tell you guys about this. Danganronpa is like pretty sweet. I think I told you guys, I thought that I was like almost done with the game, and then a big notice came up that was like, congratulations, you're halfway through. And I was like, what? But apparently a lot is taken out of the end, so I'm starting to tap into all of those ending bits. And man, it's really fun. It's getting really good. But so far I know everything that happens, and I keep waiting for it to deviate because everybody assured me that it deviates, and it just hasn't happened yet. But hopefully that'll happen. Also, my throat is sore. I didn't want to say that because I feel like it's jinxing me, but you guys need to know. My throat is sore, and it's concerning me because everybody, Sam's been sick, Jeannie's been sick, Isaac was sick. Like, those are the 3 people that I hang out with the most. And today, like halfway through the day, I started feeling a little tickle, and now it feels like a legit beginning to a sore throat. And I'm like, nope, I don't want this. I'm hoping that it'll just go away because I can't. We're supposed to go visit my parents this weekend. I can't have this. I can't have all this going on. So either I hope that it's a false alarm, or number 2 possibility, I hope that it lasts like 24 hours and then goes away, because that would be awesome. I really don't want to have to deal with having a cold, but I have been feeling really warm all the time, and I can't tell if that's from a fever or because it's just really warm. I think it's just really warm though. We've been having like a heat wave, quote quote. That's not really even that bad of a heat wave, but like it's been in the 90s. And this apartment, I've told you guys many times, this apartment does not ventilate very well. So when it gets really hot outside, it's the same temperature in my apartment as it is outside, which is awful. I hate it so much. And today I made pesto pasta again, and then made salmon to go with it. And my oven, when the oven's on, it like doubles the temperature, which is common. But I had put the salmon in there, put it in there for the amount of time that I had read I needed for salmon. Took it out, and it was still completely raw. So I had to like leave it in the oven and have the oven just cranked for like an hour and a half when it really shouldn't have been that long. And it made the whole house feel so warm. I was just like, ugh. Gross. Feel all sticky and gross. I hate it. It'll be so nice to go to the desert though. Oh man, I love the heat in the desert. I'll still admit that as though it's like a big secret, but it just feels so nice in the desert because it's so dry. I don't know what it is. Somebody said, who was it? Somebody said that when they're in the desert they feel like they don't have to shower, and I thought that was a really funny statement. I think it was my friend Aaron. Not a girl Aaron, boy Aaron. I think Aaron was the one who was telling me that sometimes when he's in the desert, he feels like he doesn't have to shower because it's so dry out there. And I was like, I do not share that feeling. I definitely reach points pretty much every day where I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of gross now. Maybe a shower. Maybe it's time for a shower. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I can feel it, though. No, I don't want it. What else happened today? We did do Manga Pod. Manga Pod went pretty poorly. It was like Skype was freaking out for all of us, so none of us could hear each other. And then Aaron is still having the frame rate problem. So it was literally like 5 frames per second, like us just like, and then random clips of words, because the audience could only hear whatever Aaron could hear, and most of the time Aaron could not hear us. And I was like, this is a great Manga Pod. Oh man, it was so sad because like you could just tell all of us were like, all right, let's keep this going. But oh man, I felt bad because Chad was like a guest. Chad was a guest star on Manga Pod, and it was a Manga Pod that was going poorly, like so bad. But we got through the whole thing. We talked about Akira. I love Akira so much. The manga. The anime, not so much. I think that it's great. But I can definitely say, without a shadow of a doubt, that the manga's better. Manga's, like, great to me. But then again, Chad felt like it went too slow. The manga did. But I think that's because he's a big fan of the movie, the anime. And the anime goes very fast. The anime cuts out so much. So I kind of feel like maybe that's why he felt like it was slow. That it didn't get to things as fast as he was used to. But sorry, I think I just shook you. Anywho, I'm going to go. But I hope you guys had an amazing day. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah. Oh, God. Hurts to lift my arm.